package this morning. Akwa Ibom State government vows to intensify care services for legionnaires and families of slain heroes. Christians in Akwa Ibom join in nationwide prayer and morning service for victims of southern Kaduna mayhem. Plus, airline operators decry planned closure of Abuja Airport. Details shortly. It's a beautiful Monday morning, the 9th day of January 2017. Good morning and welcome to AKBC TV News at 7. I am Abasi Ubong Gordon. The state government says it will continue to support members of the Nigerian Legion as well as widows and families of fallen soldiers to live a better and meaningful life. Government resolve was made known during an interdenominational Christian worship as part of this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in Uyo. Patience John reports that Governor Emmanuel was represented at the event by the Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ekbo.
At the Koibo Church, Ikorekpene Road, Uyo, venue of the service, state government functionaries and members of the Nigerian Legion, among other guests, appreciated God in songs and dances for sparing the lives of the ex-servicemen and women till date. Governor Udom Emmanuel, in a message to the occasion, extolled the commitment of the members of the various armed forces who, through their sacrifices, contributed to the peaceful coexistence of the country. Represented by the Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ekbo, the Governor promised that the state government will continue to place premium on their welfare, even as he called on Nigerians not to forget the labor of the fallen heroes and those alive.
Our servicemen, the families living or dead, that it will not relent in its efforts to make sure that they are given the pride of place and the support which they need to continue to be part of this community, the Akwa Ibom community.
In their lives, the clergyman beckoned on the people to make possible declarations as God's glory will rest on the state with divine provision that will make life more meaningful.
As good as it is to mourn people that left, as good as it is to remember one good moment of yesterday, the Lord is telling us, wipe your tears, arise, the glory is coming.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Glory Ede, who thanked God for the living heroes and heroines of the Nigerian Armed Forces, made a case for their upkeep in various communities.
We have seen the Nigerian Legion. Some of them, they died while in active service, and God has been taking care of the family, the wives and the children. And even those who did not die but retired successfully, God has been taking care of them.
The state chairman of the Nigerian Legion, retired Colonel Linus Ayo, said that the ex-servicemen were excited to be among the living and thanked the state government and guests for acknowledging their efforts in maintaining the peace of the country.
Do not look at a legionnaire as your enemy. Give love to them anywhere you find them. They are not many again. Those we left together are no more.
Prayers were offered for the legionnaires. Patience John reporting.
Christians in the state have joined in the nationwide prayer and mourning for the families of the slain faithful in northern Kaduna. In solidarity, members of different churches clad in black prayed fervently for God to intervene in the matter. Eyagano Paul reports that the state Khan chairman visited some churches in the state to take part in the service.
It could be recalled that the National Executive of Christian Association of Nigeria had recently directed Christians nationwide to set aside the second Sunday of January 2017 to pray and mourn with Christian faithful of the southern Kaduna. In line with that directive, the state Khan chairman, the Reverend Ndwese Ekwere, visited some churches in the state to see how the service was marked. At the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, it was observed that the worshippers in black outfits prayed God to avenge the situation. The Reverend Basi Umar in the church condemned in totality the brutal killing of Christians and asked others to keep faith and trust in God always. The faithful at Koibo Church Benudo in Surubiam Little Government area, who were also clad in black, sang a hymn to God, while the resident pastor, the Reverend Mande Udomo, said in spite of what has happened, God still has a package for Christians in 2017. The General Overseer of Life-Giving Gospel Faith Mission, Bishop Emmanuel Ebitu, said there is freedom of worship and condemned the attitude of Fulani headsmen.
When you look at what is happening in Nigeria, the time has come the church to rise up, to take good care of each other.
Worshippers at All Nations Christians Ministries were met in the mood of prayers. The congregation prayed for God's direction and intervention in the situation, while the General Overseer, Pastor Omoeno, enjoined Christians not to take laws into their hands, since vengeance is of the Lord.
You see, the killing does not know who is Catholic, who is Anglican, who is Christian. So as Christians, we must stand together in one voice and be able to say no. We have a weapon that they don't have, and that weapon is prayer. And prayer moves mountains.
At the Insight Bible Church, 227 Sikageru, Uyo, the senior pastor learned to say no, said it is only the foolish man that says in his heart that there is no God. The man of God condemned the killing of Christians by Fulani headsmen, asking God to fight the battle.
It's not every door that opens that is of God. You need to know where God wants you to go this year.
In line with the event, the classical choir of Insight Bible Church rendered a peace be still. After the visit, the state Khan chairman, the Reverend Ndwese Ekwere, commended churches for complying to the national directive and spoke on why the service was important.
God that fought for the Jews during the time of Haman, that God is our God. God is the Lord of yesterday, today, and forever. He will always fight the way He fought then. He will fight for us, He will intervene, and the Haman of today in this country will have to bow, and the Christians will have the victory. My advice is that Christians should continue to pray and stand firm, resist the devil, they should be wise.
He earlier led intercessory prayers in all the churches visited for the Christendom, Governor Dom Emmanuel, his cabinet members, and the entire state. Eyageno Paul, reporting.
The 2016 annual conference of the Christian Fellowship Evangelical has ended in Uyo, with a call on participants to hold fast their salvation. The four-day event had as its theme, The Riches of His Grace. The report is here presented.
Title, The Economy of Grace. The General Overseer of the Church, Reverend M.M. Jacob, said there is no recession in God's agenda for His children, and as such, Christians should believe God's promises of abundance made available by His grace. He prophetically declared that the year 2017 will bring with its plenteous and bountiful blessings, as was the case for the Israelites when they left Egypt. Reverend Jacob charged Christians to live lives that would make them benefit from these promises.
If you don't operate in the principle of grace, you will lack provision that grace carries. Jesus came into planet Earth and called us out of our language and make us a priest.
Speaking, Pastor Matthew Ekbo charged participants at the conference to be focused on good Christian values and virtues so as to justify God's mercy upon their lives. The University Dawn admonished participants to always wait patiently on God rather than struggle for vainglory. The event featured the inspection of Guard of Honor, mounted by officers of the protocol departments of the church, and various choir renditions.
The difference between the Guard of Honor and sharing communion by the pastors. It's not the same
High points of the conference was the inauguration of the different units of the church.
Still to come, foreign airline operators reject Kaduna Airport as alternative to Abuja, prefer Lagos, Port Harcourt and Kano terminals during repairs. These and other stories when we return. Please stay tuned. You're still watching AKBC TV News at 7 with Abasubong Gordon. Uyo Capital City Development Authority has said that it did not give approval for the building of Reynolds Bible Church, which collapsed last month, killing scores of worshippers during the Bishop. The head of town planning in UCCDA, Prince Efionakwan, said this while testifying before the Commission of Inquiry into the collapsed church building. He said that the Uyo City Capital Development Authority did not receive any proposal or application from Reynolds Bible Church seeking approval for the development of the church. Prince Akpan explained that Reynolds Bible Church did not follow due process as Uyo Village Road, where the church was marked as Government Forest Reserve Area because of the ravine. Hence, it was illegal for any building to be sited there. According to him, when the Uyo City Capital City Development Authority noticed the building at the foundation level, it marked the structure for demolition first on 16th March 2013, second, 16th July 2014, 3rd of January 2016, and finally on 16th August 2016. He said that the church, however, went ahead with the construction, which prompted the UCCDA to issue a 21-day ultimatum in August 2016 for the demolition of the structure. The town planner said that the authority was about to pull down the church building, but was faced with the challenges of logistics, security and heavy equipment in view of the nature of the structure. During cross-examination, counsel to Reynolds Bible Church, Barrister Inyekpo, said if Uyo Capital City Development Authority had demolished the church building after the expiration of its ultimatum, the 10th of December disaster would have been avoided. The matter was adjourned to Monday, 9th of January for continuation. Sir Edith Amana Foundation, in collaboration with the Emmanuel Charity Foundation and Pro Health International, recently rendered free medical services to more than 500 people in Oyubia and its environs. The free medical services The fifth in the service were held at the Methodist Central Primary School, Oyubia, in Nurefang local government area. Uyuko Uswa reports.
Medical areas covered by the one-day health exercise included general consultation, eye care, dental care,
so much need health-wise, and what you're doing is very limited. We wish you could do more. Some need surgery, we can't do surgery on a one-day mission. But nonetheless, it gives us great fulfillment to come out here once a year to do this to help the people of Oyubia.
The medical professionals, who were mostly indigenous, are all volunteers. Some beneficiaries bathed their minds on the exercise.
Everything costly, but Oregon fund. By bang, because when see you cannot treat yourself, you die. It's very good if government can be doing this type of thing all the time. It will help people and it will reduce death rate.
Uyoko Uswa reporting.
Airline operators decry planned closure of Abuja Airport, and normalcy returns in Ivory Coast after days of mutiny by aggrieved soldiers. Stay on for our national and foreign news story with Ime Inyang.
Following plans by the federal government to close the runway of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, aerodrome, preferring Lagos, Port Harcourt and Kaduna terminals. Speaking recently at the Stakeholders Forum organized by Minister of State Aviation Haindi Sarika, the representative of foreign airlines operating in Abuja, Osho Joseph, described the planned closure as a total disruption of their schedules and operations, stressing that Kaduna lacked capacity and logistics in buoyant-sound international flights. He expressed worry over logistic challenges like aviation fuel supply, security of passengers, capacity to handle bigger airplanes and more passengers, among other issues. Despite the challenges put forth by the representative of foreign airline operators, there are speculations in some quarter that the recent unrest in Kaduna State is equally responsible for the affair. And on the international scene, a car bomb in Iraq has struck a market in eastern Baghdad, killing at least 11 people and injuring dozens more. Interior Ministry spokesman Said Man was quoted as saying, a security guard fired on a suspicious vehicle and the driver then blew it up. Islamic State IS said it was behind the blast in a statement on its Amaq news agency. It is the latest of several targeting Shia Muslim district of Baghdad. A similar attack on 2nd January killed 35 persons. 4 people have been killed in Jerusalem by a Palestinian who rammed a lorry into a group of soldiers in what police say was a terrorist attack. 3 women and 1 man, all in their 30s, were killed and at least 13 more were wounded, police say. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the attacker, who was shot dead by soldiers, was a suspected supporter of so-called Islamic State. The Prime Minister's office has given no details on what led to the findings. Normalcy seemed to be returning to Ivory Coast as the rebellion by soldiers over pay appears to have passed. Residents and correspondents in the second city, Bauke, described calm on the streets a day after troops briefly seized the defense minister. The rebellion had spread from there to other cities, including the commercial hub Abidjan, but that city too is now reportedly quiet. The calm came after President Alassane Ouattara went on national TV on Saturday to broker a deal with the mutineering soldiers, promising to consider their demands in relation to their bonuses and better working conditions.
Now to end the news, the recap. An interdenominational Christian worship service has been held as part of activities to mark 2017 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. The service, which took place at Kwaibo Church, Korekpene Road, had government dignitaries in attendance. We also brought you a report that the State Camp Chairman, Reverend Ndwese Ekwere, has commended Christians in the state for complying with the national directive that Christians should pray and mourn with faithful in southern Kaduna. That's the news. Remember, you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging onto akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45Uyo or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And from me, Abasubam Gordon, thanks for watching and do have a productive
confused about your subject combination leading to your certificate examination? Academic Pursuit is specifically designed to care for your need. Academic Pursuit is an enlightenment program featuring professionals in different fields of study as a guide senior secondary school student on their subject selection for future careers. Into Academic Pursuit on AKBC 45U every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. We'll repeat broadcast every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Academic Pursuit, a leadway to your professional choice.
The best of marriage is not one that is without problems, rather one that problems cannot suppress. Watch couples discuss marriage issues on Nuptial Crystal, sandwiched with exciting games and captivating nuptial dance steps. Nuptial Crystal, showing on the station every Friday, 10 p.m. Nuptial Crystal, Marriage X-Ray on television, Friday, 10 p.m. Don't miss it. To participate, call.
Pathfinder on AM45, the most watched AM45 program on AKBC Channel 45 Oyo. Join us every Monday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for this magazine on AM Belt and share the experiences of our reputable guests on the Pathfinder seat. We also relieve you of stress with jokes from the trial of Enobongdan, Uta Kwaibo, and MC Mr. on the Pathfinder Leisure. Join us every Monday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and learn about skills in making additional income on our capacity building segment with your guide, Marianne Andy. Market Survey is also on Pathfinder on AM45 to guide you to where you can shop retail or wholesale at affordable costs. Latest sport developments also feature on Pathfinder with detailed analysis on a wide range of sporting activities, locally, nationally, and internationally with Onofio Andy and his crew. To gain more knowledge on the justice and human rights, be a guest to our lead counsel, Barrister Nsikan Senam PhD, who anchors the Pathfinder law. We do not miss to keep you abreast with the technological developments in our Pathfinder technology and the latest natural health education tips with Evangelist C.T. Essien. So, to have a worthwhile Monday morning, stay tuned to Pathfinder on AM45, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on AKBC Channel 45. Pathfinder leads, others follow.